Quitting your 9 to 5 job to go full-time in your business is the moment so many business owners dream of. And one of my one-to-one clients made this happen after just a few months of working together. And today I'm going to break down the case study of how we actually made this happen, how we set her up to have the confidence and have the stability in her business to actually make this leap really sustainably and go full-time in her business. In this video, I'm going to share with you the shifts which we made, what we actually worked on together behind the scenes, and what led up to actually setting her up to make this really big decision, actually go full-time in her business. And then also, how can you do the same? What are some of the things that you might want to consider? Some of the things which you can really do to set yourself up for success and know when it is the big moment to really take that big leap then. So when this client first came to me and when we first started working together in one-to-one, she was in the place where so many business owners who are also in their 9 to 5 are at, of feeling like she really wanted to take this leap. She had huge ambitions. She knew that as soon as she did, she would just have more time and energy for the business, but she didn't know if she was in the place to really have the stability yet to make this decision, if it was really the right time. And I know so many people are stuck in that almost in between of kind of being pulled between, okay, I know if I did jump fully into this, I would have so much more time. It would be so much easier to grow the business. And also I don't want to jump too early and then not have the stability, not have this consistency in my business, and it be a bad decision essentially, and it turn out to be something which just stresses me out more than anything. So I want to walk through, what did this client actually do? How did we actually build out some of these foundations for her to actually make this decision, and what do things look like at the very start as well. So as I said, this client was someone who had really big ambitions. She was a very ambitious woman, or still is, and she was really looking to go full-time in her business. She'd been in business for a little bit of a while now, but was very much doing it as a side hustle. So obviously was very limited with the clients she could take on, very limited with how much time and energy she could put into the business. So one of her big things she wanted to work on was actually just building up some foundations in her business together so that she was able to confidently make this leap then. Now, as a lot of other people in her situation are in, she was very much in that place where the business was kind of feeling like it was kind of stuck together with glue, essentially. And it was kind of patched together little pieces, and it was feeling like she didn't have a super clear offer. She didn't have a really clear plan on, even if she was to suddenly be full-time in her business, where would this time go? How would I get those extra clients and go from, 2 clients, let's say, to 6 clients? How would I get those clients? How would I manage them? What would the packages look like? Anything like that. So one of the big things we really started working on was actually restructuring the foundations of her business. So really getting clear on what was her offer, what really makes her stand out specifically, how is she serving clients, and how is she bringing in clients as well? Because we wanted to simplify this and make this easier before she takes that leap, because otherwise it's so easy to take that leap and say, oh, I'll have so much more time. But then you're left with this problem of, okay, what do I do in this extra time? Because I suddenly need to fill this income gap. I suddenly am missing this income that I had stably coming in every single month, and I need to make this up. How am I going to make this up? So actually almost answering that question beforehand of, okay, let's simplify how you're getting clients and really work on your marketing to make sure that almost your demand is too much to handle right now, so that then when you do go full-time in this business, you already have that demand coming in. So that was one of the big things we worked on, of actually getting her working less and simplifying, which sounds counterintuitive. And we would almost be looking at things usually and saying, okay, well, I need to be making more. Like, that's the thing that I need to fix it before I'm leaving the 9 to 5. And actually, I would say working less is almost the thing that you want to start with, and actually simplifying what you are currently doing so that it's really focused, it's really clear, and it's really intentional where your time is going while the business is in the side hustle stage, so that then when you're going full time, it's just a case of doing more of that. Like, you already know what works. You already know how you're signing those clients. You already know how you're going to suddenly triple your clients within the next month, for example. You know how people are coming in. That is the big problem to solve, because I see so many people say, you've got 2 clients as a side hustle, then they'll go full time, and then maybe over the next month they'll sign 1 client, but they're kind of struggling to get it to full-time income. And that's where the tricky bit really falls in. If we want to be able to quickly get this to full-time income, so we need a plan of how you're actually going to do that. So of course, one of the big things that you're losing essentially by leaving the 9 to 5 is the consistent income. So we really worked on the plan of, okay, how is her income going to be consistent? What are her packages going to be? Let's make this a bit more consistent, longer term packages, higher cost clients, etc. And actually, let's look at how can we do this really simply so that again, when she does suddenly have that time freed up, we're able to plug that really quickly with just things which we know are already working because we've simplified things down, because she's working less already. She's already at the, bare minimum. It's really focused where her time is going currently as a side hustle. So then when she does have the extra time freed up, she's able to put that really intentionally in and build out the consistent income because there's a plan for that. Now, this is honestly the recipe for going full-time in your business and leaving that 9 to 5 is actually we need to have, yes, that very practical stability in terms of how am I going to sign clients? How am I going to fill that gap in my income? How am I going to consistently make X amount that my job used to pay me? And that is one piece. And also there's the confidence side of, do I feel confident from a mindset perspective to actually make this decision and to be, my income to suddenly feel like it's maybe less stable than it was before and suddenly be in my hands fully? And a lot of this confidence, yes, of course, you can do the mindset work and all those things, but I think a big part of this confidence comes from actually having this foundation, and actually building that foundation is what gave her the confidence then of actually, I can do this, even though I don't see, those extra clients right now. I know exactly how I'm going to get them. I have a really clear, simple plan. So I know that I can take this leap confidently, and I know how I'm going to plug this gap. I know how I'm going to fill this income gap that I'm suddenly creating for myself. And that is what can give you the confidence. That is honestly the easiest way. Yes, again, we can journal on it. We can do the affirmations, all of that. But actually, it's so easy to feel confident once you have a really stable plan in place. So creating this plan for her was what really set her up to make it really easy for her to actually see where she could fill this gap simply. Now, the goals which we were really setting together and the things which we were really working towards and the vision that she really had for herself after leaving this 9 to 5, it wasn't that, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a 10K month and a 20K month. It was, I just need to replace my income consistently. And she really did this the right way because she was focused on the consistent income instead of one really big shiny month. Because realistically, 10K month is really great, but that doesn't change your life as much as 5K consistently every single month would, and actually having that locked in. So we really focused on, again, how are we gonna get consistent clients for her, and how are we going to get people coming in consistently, have longer packages, and just be able to lock in clients to really stack that income for her. So that's one thing to really focus on if you're also wanting to leave the 9 to 5 is actually how can I create that consistency in income for me, because that's the big piece that you're going to be, giving up, right? That's the big piece which is going to be missing suddenly. And yes, we can go for one really big month, but actually that's just going to create even more of a roller coaster for you. So actually prioritizing the consistency and thinking about how can I just make this more consistent for myself in terms of the income? How can I set myself up with my offers and with my marketing, with when I'm launching my offer as well, to actually just make this really consistent? That is the thing to be focusing on. And so many people will just go for a really big month after they've left their 9 to 5 because it sounds really shiny and makes them feel better in the moment. But actually the consistent income is the thing to be focusing on. And again, this is what creates that confidence for you and allows you to go for those bigger months anyway, because you've got this foundation. So this client ended up officially handing in her notice in our second month of working together. After we really built out a lot of these pieces, she had a real plan for how she was going to be moving forward, how she was going to be consistently signing clients. She officially left her 9 to 5 to go full-time in her business in our second month working together. If you are also looking to take your business to a full-time income and really make this income consistent as well, I will put the link below to schedule a one-to-one discovery call with me to talk about us working together, how I could potentially help you, and if this could be a good fit for me helping you achieve your business goals in 2025. So go to the link in the description and schedule a call with me if you're at all interested in working together. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like if you enjoy these client case studies and want to see more breakdowns like this. Make sure you subscribe as well so you don't miss the next video coming next Monday. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.